and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we are getting into herbal medicine. I've taken you down that journey with me once before, but we're going back down that road today. So if you'd like to see what I'm getting into this morning, stay tuned. As the description says, as the thumbnail says, today we're getting into herbal medicine. It's that time of year where many people's children are going back to school, many people are transitioning jobs, all types of stuff is happening. You're in and out of public spaces, and a lot of people are coming down with all types of sicknesses. In my office, I have several people who are new parents. Their young people are going to kindergarten or first grade, and they're coming into the office with all kinds of throat mucus and sneezing and head congestion. And so that I don't come down with all of that, it is time to make sure that what I need to keep me healthy is in my kitchen and in my cupboards. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a herbalist, but I make sure that I use what I feel I need for me and my family. So with all that being said, let's get started. Over here near my makeshift apothecaries, I have a cupboard here and I have a cupboard over there. The cupboard over there, I keep all the herbs that I use for cooking as well as teas. I have some over here as well. Over here, I have all of my tinctures that I have made from many different things that I've acquired or things that I've grown. And so today, that's what I'm doing. I am going to be utilizing some herbs I picked up from the store yesterday. Yesterday, as I was driving home, I received a phone call from the owner of an herbal shop that I had been frequenting for years. And he told me that he's personally calling each and every one of his customers because he wanted to let us know that he's closing his business. He's decided to retire and spend time with his grandchildren. And as much as that hurts my heart, we all have to do what we have to do. So they're having an everything must go sale. So I rushed over there and bought a few things. And I'm going to be going back in a couple hours because they are still closed. But for right now, I'm going to use what I've picked up and I'll go back and get some more. So before we start working around with our herbs, and you all probably can't hear me, let me get my microphone. What am I doing? Is that better? I was sitting here with my microphone on my literature and I looked down and I was like, my microphone is right here. My microphone is not on me and you all probably can't hear me. So I do apologize. I hope that you heard everything I said today. I hope that it was clear, but here we are. So y'all saw me just make some coffee. I have not drank but one sip, so apparently I need the coffee this morning. So let me do that. Let me get a little sip. If you all are not drinking your coffee, drink your water, drink your lemon water, drink your green tea. I've already had my green tea lemon water. Now I'm working on my coffee. So, literature. Before we get started working on any type of herbal medicine, my recommendation is that you have literature that you can actually read and know what you're working with. Know what it looks like, know where it grows, know what you can do with it. If you're growing it, know all the benefits behind it. If you're foraging for it, you can identify it because you've actually looked things up. It's important not to take for granted that what you're growing in your garden is just a weed or it can't harm you. There are plenty of plants in your garden that you forage for out in the world, or things that maybe friends and family may have given you that could cause you harm. So it's important to start with a good book to figure out where you're going and to make sure that what you're utilizing isn't going to harm you or your family or maybe your pets. So I have a number of different books. No one is sponsoring me. I'm not promoting anything, but I use several different books, and this is one of them. I got it online. And the reason why I like it is because it's clear, it's concise, it has big print, it has photos. You can figure out by reading this exactly what you need to know. It tells you whether you can use things in powders, capsules, teas, or as double extracted tinctures. If you're not sure what those things are, look those up. I'll put some information in the description box below so that you know what I mean when I say a powder, a tincture, a tea, or a double extracted a tea or double extracted tincture. See, tongue tied. Say that 5 times fast. And so that's where I like to start. I like to make sure that if I've acquired something, I know how to use it. What are its warnings? What are its benefits? You know, what is it supposed to help? Now, right now, I have many different things that I've grown myself and that I've purchased or that has been given to me. One of them, this is mullein, and I did not write on here that it was mullein, so I need to write that down. But this is mullein. I have comfrey. I grow them both. They look kind of similar in the jar, so you need to know exactly what you're utilizing. And so there are different properties, different benefits that they have. And so right now, mullein is something that we probably all need to be taking advantage of due to cold and flu season coming upon us. And so I've been growing and harvesting my mullein leaves. I do need to chop them down and use them in the way that I need to use them. But today we're not working on mullein. We're going to be working on cat's claw. Now, I've been doing some reading on cat's claw, as I mentioned. I've got my book that I use. Cat's claw is what we're working on today. And I just want to go over with you before we make our tincture what cat's claw is all about. This book talks about where it's grown, what it looks like. That way you can identify it. It talks about the medicinal uses, which I went over with you. You can use the inner bark, the vine, or the root is used, and it's taken as a powder, capsule, as a tea, or as a double blind extracted tincture. I talked about that. It talks about its cancer treatment and prevention. If you're dealing with or suffering with some type or some form of cancer, again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not an herbalist. I use these herbs for myself and my family members. So I give you a warning of caution to make sure that you are aware of what you're using when you're working with herbs. And so if you are undergoing cancer treatment and or prevention, cat's claw is a benefit there. I'll just give you a brief synopsis of all the things. That way you are aware. It says here it contains an anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, um, anti-tumor properties that prevent cancer cells from developing in the body. It helps the immune system fight existing cancerous cells by enhancing white blood cell function. People in chemotherapy report that it helps relieve pain and other symptoms related with chemotherapy drugs. Many years ago, when I was much younger, I used to work in a cancer clinic uh, in the area where people would come and get their chemotherapy. I have family that has had cancer, that has succumbed to cancer, that is in remission from cancer. I have a couple of friends right now that have had cancer and they are right now cancer free. So when I talk about herbs, I talk about herbs from a place of I have friends and family that I do my best to educate and help when they come to me when it's talking about herbs and things of that nature. You know, what can they do to also help? But when you're taking Western medicine, make sure that you're talking to your doctor as well. Some doctors are open to you using herbs, some are not. So bear that in mind. If you have irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, colitis, ulcers, and other gastrointestinal issues, cat's claw is a benefit there as well. Another reason why I am working with cat's claw today, I do have a family member that is having some gastrointestinal issues. We're not quite sure if it's IBS or Crohn's or colitis, but they're having some issues. And again, if you can be of service to help those around you, be of service and help those around you if you so feel the need to do that. And so it says here that it helps with the digestive system, relieves inflammation in the stomach and the intestines. It's an antibacterial, antifungal, and antiviral properties that help rid the body of underlying causes. It fights diseases of the intestines, the stomach, the liver, and restores body's natural flora in healing the digestive system. That's what it says about all the gastrointestinal issues. It also has an anti-inflammatory, an autoimmune conditions. Its inflammation is caused in the body. I can't read, y'all. I have an issue seeing. Even though I have glasses on, I still have an issue seeing. It's a thing. I've had surgery. It's not getting any better. But inflammation is a cause of body diseases, including autoimmune diseases, arthritis, and heart disease. Reducing swelling in joints, wounds, and bodily organs help the body heal faster and reduces pain. They are still researching its uses of certain autoimmune diseases, and some recommended not taking it if you what recommend not taking it if you have an autoimmune issue due to that doesn't make any sense. The way it boosts the immune system. So they're basically saying to you is that it's good for anti-inflammatory and autoimmune, but you have to be careful with it because it will boost your immune system, and that might cause some people some distress. It talks about osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. That's one of the reasons. Two of the reasons here that I'm taking it is for the anti-inflammatory issues and the possible arthritis issues. Now, I have not been diagnosed with arthritis because I told that doctor I was not coming to see her because my joint pain went from. They always say, "What's your pain level from what 0 to 10 or 1 to 10?" My pain level was like at a 12. Now, today, right now, my pain level is at a 2. So I don't need to see the arthritis doctor because I'm doing good. So I am working on this for me for this. And it says here, an anti-inflammatory effects of this herb are very beneficial for osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. It claims it calms the inflammation, reduces swelling, and relieves associated joint pain. See, I can read. There's some people who can't read, and I recommend that everyone start trying to read real books. um, we need to have real books because we don't want our real books to go away. So if you can help somebody read, help somebody read. It's a good thing to know. It talks about powerful antiviral. It says here it treats viral diseases due to now that word I don't know. I think that's glycosides. That's what it looks like. Glycosides. It helps in the use to treat with herpes, Epstein-Barr, hepatitis B and C, HPV, HIV, dengue fever, and other viral diseases. Um, and it says here, I would try it against any of the tropical viral diseases given the need. So that's who the author recommends. Um, So whatever viral issue you might be dealing with, not just what they talk about, but whatever viral issues, like I mentioned when I first started, it's that time of season. The children have gone back to school. There's all kinds of viruses rolling around. One of my coworkers is coughing and hacking. His 5 or 6 year old is back in school, and I say, well, welcome to the land of the disease. When your kids go back to school, they're sharing all the things, and they come home with all the ickies. So that's another reason why you should keep some cat's claw in your apothecary. It helps the body heal from chronic fatigue. And I know y'all probably don't want to hear all this, but I want to make sure that we're going over what they talk about it does for you before we get into the tinctures. If you want to speed through this and get to the tincture, speed through this and get to the tincture. But I want to make sure that you all are aware. It lowers the blood pressure. Oh, we talked about, I skipped over. Helps the body heal chronic fatigue syndrome. If you're chronically fatigued, it's supposed to help you there. It's, again, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial properties, helps getting an infection, help you from not getting an infection. It calms the body's responses to damage. It helps it heal. It helps with people with chronic fatigue syndrome. So if you have that issue, cat's claw. Lowers blood pressure. We don't have to go over the details of that. Supports the immune system and helps mold exposure. There are a number of people who are living in places where their landlord, or if they own, they are exposed to mold. And mold is not good in your environment. For you, no matter what your age is, it's not good in your environment. And this is supposed to help from mold exposure. So we're going to quickly go over that. It helps to increase the body's white blood cell count, eliminating free radicals from the body and fights infection. Its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties also help with the mycotoxin exposure. Mycotoxin. I'm gonna have to look that word up. See, we're learning today, everybody. It also talks about regulating female hormones and the menstrual cycle. Now, I know somebody probably already skidded past this part, but this is important for those women who watch me. If you are a woman who is still going through these hormonal changes, as far as menstruation, it's supposed to help regulate the female hormones that keep the menstrual cycle regular. And if you're not regular, then maybe this might be something you might want to think about. It helps alleviate bloating, cramping, and mood changes that are associated with menstruation. Now, I know there are Western medicines out there on the shelf that a lot of people take when it comes to the pain and the bloating and this and that, but maybe cat's claw might be what you need. We're almost done. Detoxification. Now, I did not know this until I grabbed the book and looked this over before I turned on the camera, because I need this too. Detoxification. It's beneficial in detoxifying the whole body, cleansing the blood and the lymph. I do a lymphatic drainage almost every day, sometimes twice a day. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm feeling so much better. It's excellent at removing toxins, drugs, heavy metals, and other foreign substances from the body. It also boosts the effectiveness of the kidneys, spleen, pancreas, and digestive system due to its cleansing effect. All right, y'all. That is what we're working with today. Now, it does come with a warning. If you are pregnant or trying to get pregnant, do not take this. It does talk about autoimmune, but it says here if you have an autoimmune disorder, it may cause a flare up. Consult your health professional. If you are taking blood thinners, I was going to say mood thinners, blood thinners, and other prescription drugs as it interacts with some of them. Side effects can include nausea, diarrhea, and dizziness. Now that we've gotten the education piece out the way, let's make a tincture. I know some of you probably went ahead on and skipped all of that to get to this point, but it's important that you don't skip all the details before you get to the tincture, because you don't want to take something and then you're finding yourself ill and you don't know why you're ill. You want to make sure that you know what this can help you with and what it could possibly change in your body. That way you are not surprised. So I have everything here. I have my herb, and I'm going to go back to the store and get some more. I only bought it 1 ounce, and they only sell it by the ounce. So I'm going to go back and get more. I have my glass jars. You can use I got to go get another glass jar. I thought I brought it in the house, but oh, yeah, I did. It's right there. You can use a mason jar if you have a mason jar. If you don't have a mason jar, you can use a reclaimed jar from something you bought and you saved your glass. Family, come here. If you are not saving your glass jars from things that you've already purchased, save your jars. Why are you not saving? This glass, this can save you a lot of money. You've already spent the money on the glass. Don't throw this away. You can put herbs in here. You can put your saved seed in here. If you have stuff you buy from the store, this is nutmeg, whole nutmeg. You can put, instead of buying this, you can put it in here. I already had this. So I had this as well, but I had to go into the garage. Now I know I can transfer that into here and use that for something else. But use your recycle your jars. So now that we get off of that, let's get into this. Put my book away because I don't want it to get messed up. I already have some pages that have gotten some liquid on them, so they are a little bit bent. So we're going to move this out of the way, move it over there. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this recycled jar. And the reason why I'm going to use the recycled jar is because I don't have a lot of cat's claw right now. And I'm going to go back to the store and get some more. And so for right now, I think this will be sufficient for this. And if it's not, then I'll use the other one. So let's see. Let me see how much I have in here. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, so I'm thinking that maybe this might not be the right size. Let's look at another jar. Maybe this might be the right size. There's a lot of cat's claw in here, y'all. I want to make sure that I am getting the right size jar for the herb that I am trying to work on. So I think it'll fit in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this jar like that. And let's get a funnel. I'm just now thinking that I probably could use a funnel. I do not want to drop any of this on the cabinet. So I'm going to go over here and grab a funnel. And we're going to put oh, that doesn't fit. Okay, let's try another one. That's a little bit smaller than I would have liked, but it'll do. It'll do. Okay, so I'm going to take the cat's claw. I hope you all can see. And I am going to place this cat's claw in this jar. Like so. And if I find that I need a bigger jar, I'll transfer it into a bigger jar. But for right now, we're going to just place it in here. I wish that bigger funnel worked because this funnel, the hole is smaller than I would like. Okay, we're almost done. Get in there. See what I mean? Get in there. And I've already dropped a little bit on the counter. Making sure I get everything out this bag. Okay, here we go. I'm about ready to tip that bag over. Get in there. Come on. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that if there's any remnants in the bag, that you dip it out. You want all of your herb. There you go. There might be a little bit left in there. Let's do this. I'm serious about getting my herbs, y'all. Get them out. Get them all out. And any of the remnants, we're going to do like that. We're going to get it all out. Now, that is the cat's claw. And I'd already cleaned my cabinet before I came on here. So let me get this up because I've already cleaned it. So I'm not concerned about it being dirty. Make sure that your surfaces are clean. Okay. And then you just pick up the remnants. Just like that. And that is the cat's claw. And I will go get another ounce of it that's 1 ounce. I will go get another ounce of it from the herbal store later today. Now, the next thing I do is I grab my vodka. It could be whatever kind of vodka you choose to purchase. So that's why I don't have it turned around. This is 100 proof vodka, and it's only used in my kitchen for making tinctures. Now, I don't worry about the math. That's why I get 100 proof. You can look it up yourself if you have vodka that is less than 100 proof between the vodka and the water content. I don't worry about those ratios, which is why I purchased the 100 proof. I just use herb and 100 proof vodka. And then what you do, you open up your bottle and you pour your vodka over your herb, just like that. Matter of fact, let's do this because I want to get anything that might be still on this funnel because that's how I feel today. The way I feel, we want to get all of our goodness, all of it. We don't want to leave any of it behind. And I am pouring, there we go, pouring that vodka over that funnel to get everything off of there. And then you just cover your herb with your vodka. That's what I'm doing. There we go. Now, I'm not going to fill it all the way up to the neck because remember, I'm going back to the store to get some more vodka, to get some more cat's claw. And so the 1 ounce that I will get will fill this entire jar. And then I will fill the rest of it with more vodka. But for right now, this is where I'm leaving it. And then you take your top and you cover your tincture. Now this top has a little bubble at the top. This is a reclaimed jar and it has a bubble. In Europe, they use these to can with in many places in Europe because it has this little button top. Button tops in Europe are used as canning jars. So it has this little rubber ring right in here. So I'm not concerned about any air getting in because it's got that little rubber ring right there. And once it's closed, it should be tight enough to keep any air out. So I will go back to the store in a little bit because like I said, they're still closed. It's pretty early here for me. And I will buy more cat's claw. And then what I will do is I will put this in my apothecary, and I'll show you that in just a moment. I will put this in my apothecary and I will let it sit for 6 to 8 weeks. And then I will strain all of this cat's claw out and just have the liquid left. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to place this in my apothecary and I'm going to go back to the store and get some more in a little bit. But I'll show you what my apothecary looks like. This is one of my cupboards. Excuse my mess. But up here is one of my apothecaries. This is where I make my tinctures. This is where they rest. I make stuff like vinegar, apple white vinegar, white wine vinegar, red wine vinegar. I've made apple cider vinegar. I've made peppermint, yarrow, lemon balm. I've got some pokeroot over there. I've got some calendula oil over there. You can't see it. I do apologize, but I do, and I have jars that I'm saving for my tinctures. I clean them out and I reuse them. So this is my apothecary. That's my tincture. Is where I'm going to place the cat's claw for right now. And then I just close it up. This is my apothecary where all of my tea stuff goes. I have a bunch of stuff in here for teas. You all know I grow butterfly pea. I've been harvesting my butterfly pea. I haven't really been taking you all along with me, but I do use what's in my garden, even if you don't see me do a lot of harvesting. I have everything in here from hibiscus to clove to green green tea, chamomile, you name it, some of everything. During the holiday season, I pick up these big peppermint sticks and I crush them down for peppermint, for making baked goods, for sick stomach, whatever you need. I've got store-bought stuff up there. All the way up there, and I have to get my step stool, but I also have items up there like star anise, burdock root, all kinds of stuff up there to be able to put a tea together if I need something out of my tea apothecary. All right, family, that is all I have for you today. Making tinctures out of dried herbs. And I have many more herbs to make tinctures with. I picked up some mugwort. I picked up some hyssop. I picked up some wormwood, some valerian, and last but not least, which really kind of unnerves me, is I picked up some tansy. And so that is what I am doing today. I am making tinctures because, again, as I mentioned, I want to make sure that I have what I need when I need it. It's better to have it on hand and be able to utilize it versus not have it on hand and you need it. And so it's that time to start thinking about how you can create your own apothecary and what you need to be able to do that. Be that a tea, a powdered capsule, or a tincture. And you all have seen in previous videos, I do capsulized things. My capsule machine is right over there on my dining table. And I've got a bunch of projects over there that I have to capsulize today. So it is a busy indoor day. I really need to start my fall garden, but that'll have to happen a little bit later on today. Because this morning, I've got to take care of this as well. So there's always something going on over here in Clawson World. I want to thank you all for joining me. I hope this video was useful for someone. I hope it was informative for someone. I will put some information in the description box below regarding the cat's claw information I tried to share with you earlier. That way you can read up on it yourself. Look in your local area. If you have a naturopath store, visit your naturopath store. Ask them questions. They are very knowledgeable in what it is they're selling. And go out there and do what you can to keep you and your family healthy. So until the next time, if you have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. If you have not hit that thumbs up, do me a favor. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. If you want to share this information with someone who can benefit from it, please, by all means, share this video. It's important to start thinking about your own personal health if you have not done that. The health of your friends and your family as well. I don't just do this for myself. I do this for my family. As I mentioned, when I talk about making tinctures, I am making tinctures from items that my family can utilize. And I mentioned that when I was reading from my book. There are many things that I'm sure plenty of you could use tinctures for as well. So I highly recommend that you start thinking about making yourself a tincture. You don't need fancy equipment. You can use a recycled jar, pickle jar, relish jar, jalapeno jar, salsa jar, whatever. You can use a recycled jar. If you've bought tinctures for something in the past, you can clean that jar out like I've done here, and you can reuse. Don't throw, y'all, do not throw these bottles away. Do you know how much these amber bottles cost? When I go to the naturopath store, these bottles, stop doing that. If y'all are buying tinctures, keep these jars, sanitize them, clean them out, and reuse them. Please do not throw that away. You have not only paid for the liquid that was inside this jar, you've paid for the dropper, the stopper, you've paid for the glass, you've paid for the label, you've paid, all of that is wrapped into the price of what you've just spent when you bought this herb. So please do not throw these away. I made that mistake years ago. I had saved, for whatever reason, all of these little bitty jars. And as I was moving again, I was like, I don't need all this stuff. Just got to throw it away. And I threw away a bunch of valuable glass jars. And today, the person I am today, I am kicking myself because that was valuable and I will never do that again. So save your glass jars, clean them out. And once my tinctures are done, I put them in my glass jars. Let me show you all before I go. What do I have here? Do I have any up there? I think these are my empties. Yeah, those are my empties. So I do have some over here. Let me show you. So I grow lemon balm, and I have some lemon balm tincture up there in a really big swing top, a swing top bottle. Let me get it and I'll show you. Lemon balm tincture. I made this lemon balm tincture in July of 2020, and it's a ton of it, and I didn't need all of it, but it doesn't matter. It's not going to go bad. It's plant matter and alcohol. It is not going to go bad. So what I do is when I need some or I need to give some to someone, I keep my little jars and I put my lemon balm tincture. Now this one is for me. And whenever I'm feeling some kind of way, I want to change my mood, I put it in here and I put a couple drops in my tea. Or, yeah, basically, I usually put it in my tea. And if I don't feel like putting it in tea, I'll put it in a little shot glass with some other kind of something I'm taking and swallow it down quickly. But reuse these because that's what I do. And this is my homegrown lemon balm and my homemade lemon balm tincture. So with that being said, y'all, I have kept y'all enough. Thank you very much for watching. Do all the things that I just mentioned a few moments ago. I appreciate you viewing each and every time you log into a video. So until then, bye for now. And don't forget, grow something, create something for you and your family. Bye for now.